Hey guys, with the Catacombs update, they introduced a brand new system called Essence Crafting. It is a very unique system. Essentially, how it works is you can upgrade your pieces of gear to dungeon item or star up dungeon items. So, how do these two systems work? We're going to look at starring first. So let's go under something like Undead Essence and look at a Rotten Chestplate. As you guys can see, every star has its own price 10 undead, 15 undead, 30 undead, or 20 undead. You can see the prices on the screen. So essentially, each star gives you 10% stats, and you have to pay resources to start up. So right away, you're gonna get this armor from the Catacombs, and it'd be pretty good to pick up. Any like rotten or heavy or any of those, and just star with your essence, and even a Dreadlord sword. And just to put this out there right now, you do not need any good gear to go into the dungeon. You can probably get by and protect armor on the first floor or so, as long as you have people who can help you out, use your skills properly, and you can pick up this cheap dungeon gear and use it and upgrade it and be fairly powerful. Much more powerful than you are in your current gear. So moving on from that, there's the flip side of the system, which is upgrading your items to dungeon items. So the best example of that is a dragon piece, where it costs 700 essence, and it will take you a while to gather the essence to level up your thing to dungeon gear. Assuming for a full dragon set, just to change it to a dungeon set, including an AOTD, is 4,650 essence. So you're going to be in the dungeon for a while, and that's excluding getting the stars. So the stars are going to be easily just like double that price, which is kind of crazy if you think about it. Which brings me to my next point is, should you star your current gear? So a lot of people are going to be running superior, maybe strong, and maybe like whatever armor they're running, like, maybe a Midas or something. What should you do with the resources? Well, Midas isn't really like a question because there's only really one gold item, but something like Superior and your Dragon Armor, how should you treat it? So what you want to do is basically just convert all you can to dungeon items when you reach the Catacombs level. And before I even get further than that, I just want to let you guys know, right now you see it requires Catacombs level 30 to use this item. This only applies if it's converted to a dungeon item. No items should have Catacombs requirements if they are not a dungeon item. So you can go into a dungeon with your normal superior armor, no problem. But if you somehow have a dungeon superior like chest plate, it will no longer give you the stats or the anything of the armor if you do not have the Catacombs level. And applies to any other Catacombs requirement gear. So keep that in mind when you go to Essence Craft your equipment. If you do not meet the level requirement, you will no longer be able to use the item and get benefits from it. So now we're past that little rant right there. So you want to save up your essence and convert, once you are the level, convert your whole set to a dungeon set. And when you do that, you will gain a massive stat boost. You might ask, what about starring? Well, the star price is really expensive. And that is super long, like far down the line. Besides for stuff like boss items and dungeon drops. I'm just talking specifically for our current gear. You will eventually have enough to do it, but right now just upgrading to dungeon will give you more stats. And that is because we get stat bonuses from our Catacombs level, which I will also just show off as well. Let's go under this menu, the Catacombs, and this goes up to level 50. I think someone said it goes up to 600%, but right now, level 25 goes up to 150%. So maybe you'll be like level 25 by the time you can like make a few pieces, upgraded. Still can't use them, but any kind of dungeon items you have will gain 150% stats. So you are honestly in no rush to star up your equipment at all, because you will be gaining much more by the time you're like level, I don't know, level like 10, 12, 13. You're already gaining more stats than a starred item, and the star is just an additional bonus on top of it. So it's just being like a mishmash of getting all these bonus stats, which is pretty cool. You end up being really powerful. But I just want to, keep it in your mind that you don't need to rush fully upgrading your armor. For example, like if you only have enough Wither Essence to upgrade a few stars, maybe spread them out, right? Like just spread out the stars. Don't just like pile it all into one piece, or upgrade the piece with the most stats, or just do something like that. Like try to be smart with your decisions. I know it's tough being like, oh, this is all this new stuff, I don't know where to put this stuff, but you'll be fine. I am pretty like, this is a lot of stuff to like soak in, and if they end up adding new items, they'll be like, well, what's the best, this or this or that or this, and it's just gonna be like a really weird situation if you ask me. All in all, I'm excited about the system. It essentially prevents non-grinders from getting benefits, which is really cool. So like I could go in there full 5-star superior armor, 5-star AOTD. I'm a tanky boy, right? And then you have other people that can't do that because they don't have Catacombs 30. So yeah, hope you guys keep some mind when there's Catacombs. And if you still have any questions, feel free to leave a comment about it or come ask me in stream. I'll try to do my best to answer. It will definitely help when the update is live, like enable on the server. As you guys can see, it's not available. So, whatever it is though, feel free to ask about it and I will do my best to give a good answer. Also, we're less than 4,000 subs away from YouTube rank. If you guys want to help support the channel, we get that red name, maybe by the end of the summer. Feel free to subscribe. I would really mean a lot to me. And if you're interested, join the Discord below. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I will catch you guys next time. Please helped. Bye.